All right, so we're gonna come onto our mat. Happy Saturday. Just kind of find a comfy seat. Just feel out your body as you get settled. And then you can rock a little bit as you settle. That feels good to you. And just lean and lift those sit bones one side to the other. You can feel that stretch even at the top of the pelvis as you do that. And then allow the sit bones to melt into your mat. And then just gently wave side to side out through the crown of the head. Just feeling it out this morning. Feel out your neck. I don't know about you guys, this weather change is making my body feel pretty goofy lately. So waving's been helpful. All right, so bring that wave back to center, back to your neutral position. Get it settled here so we can just be with our breath before we start to flow this morning. So just taking some time with our eyes closed. And let's take 3 cleansing breaths. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Long exhale. Feel free to open the mouth as you do that. Another big breath in. Just allow your body to soften a little bit. Even though you're lengthening up through the crown of the head, try not to lengthen so much that the knees start to lift. So just try to stay grounded. Just trying to find that rhythm within your breath, that balance between your inhale and your exhale. Feeling your breath travel a little deeper into the lungs, where you feel the sides of your body expand. You feel your breath expand into your back. Draw that awareness into the lower belly as you exhale, lifting that space in and up. So inhale, expand. And as you exhale, find the belly in. And I invite you to bring the backs of your hands onto your knees with the palms facing up. Just allowing the fingers to relax. As if you had a little lotus flower in each palm of your hand. Bring a little breathe this morning. for your weekend. Let's see what we got here. The blessing of patience. A blessing comes disguised as a setback or delay. This card is confirmation that you are on the right path. With patience and perseverance, you will reach your goal. All is accomplished in perfect time. Reminder of patience, right? Sometimes our time frame, it's not always the universe's time frame. All right, so just take a moment and just pulling some more patience into your heart center. And maybe in those moments where we struggle with patience, take a second and go back to what you learned on your yoga mat. We have to practice patience every time we're on our mat with our movements, with our breath. Not going too fast, but really slowing down and enjoying each moment as we move from one pose to the next. Being mindful of those transitions. And the same is true off of our mat. Just paying attention, staying in the moment. Notice those transitions. Just be patient. So then we're going to bring our hands to Anjali Mudra at your heart center, closing your eyes, bowing your head, sealing blessing of patience into the heart. Taking a couple breaths here. And open. All right. So let's we wiggle into our sit bones. Okay, so we're going to start with our spiraling here. So just nice and slow. Breath. Back a little side to side. To the hips and low back. You can relax the head. You can also stack your hands to give your head a spot to rest. Inhale. We're going to walk over to the right and just fold over that right knee. Try not to let that left knee lift towards your shoulder. Right, let's switch those legs. You wiggle in your sit bones. Now this time we'll move through our cow and cat. So we'll inhale, getting the spine in a different direction here. Exhale, chin to chest. Maybe wiggle into that back a little bit. And then inhale, we're gonna lengthen here. And exhale, drawing back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time we're gonna stay out nice and long and settle. So again, you can always rock a little bit. Take your time, no rush. We're going to lengthen halfway up, walk over to the left again. Ciao. And right. And slowly come back to center. The right arm. Nose up, swirl around. Shoulders as you send those elbows up. So we're gonna kind of move into this with our breath. So as you inhale, I want you to lift the elbows, eyes look up towards your fingertips. And then as you exhale, you're gonna curve into the upper back, drop the chin, elbows to chest. And do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Go back to center. And then move the arms. Draw into the belly, move the arms over to the left and look past your right shoulder. And come back to center. Breath. And then we'll open the arms. Let's bring that left arm on top. Swirl the arms, melt the shoulders, lift the elbow. Few breaths here. Next inhale, lift the elbow, lift the eye. Chest, elbows to chest. Lift. Exhale. And exhale. Inhale back to center. Then we're gonna to the right and look past your left shoulder. Those arms. Do pull the fingers. Take a few breaths here. Think of a string tied to your sternum. Lift up. Breathing away anything heavy from your week. Okay. Let's take your legs wide. Get moving. So, sit bones, wiggle around in the sit bones. Go back opposite direction. So just gonna, again, warm up the spine. So it'll help respond to the rest of our body. Good. Now we're gonna go through a couple counting counts here. Big breath. Exhale around the back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Pull it back. One more time. Inhale. And then we're going to work on a little fold here. So get a little bit more mindful in the legs. Maybe pressing down through the heels. Keep lengthening out through the crown of the head. A little wavy gravy here too. That's cool. Up. Going to bring that left foot in. Bring that right arm out. Shoulder, lengthen the arm. So I want you to lengthen the arm up, but then I want you to bend the elbow and think of opening the chest. So kind of push the chest forward, but pull strength into the belly so that we're giving a little stretch from the sternum, pull into that pec. Sometimes we don't realize how tight it can be until we give it a stretch. Good. So then we're going to reach that arm up and exhale over. Lengthening out with every breath. Slowly come back up. Left hand down. Press up. Press in. Slowly come back, and then we're going to spin around. For Janushirasana. And fold here. So try to stay nice and long out of the low back. Taking that left hand down, roll that right shoulder. Breathe here. Chest open. Pulling strength into the belly. Up and over. Slowly come up. Right hand to the floor, press and lift. Slowly come back. And we'll square up for Janu Shirsasana. Lengthen up nice and tall. And again, working into your fold, trying to stay nice and long out of the low back. You need to add some wiggles, feel free to do so. Awesome. All right, we're gonna head on to our hands and knees. So, as you head onto your hands and knees, spread your hands out and a quick drink of water. I love the change of seasons, right? Excuse me, guys. Okay, so spread those hands out, knees are under the hips. Take a big breath out in the spine, lengthen the both. Inhale, soften those elbows, take tension off the neck and shoulders. Those toes lift the knees. Working our way into our down dog. Pedaling those heels, maybe letting those hips swing side to side. And then inhale up on the toes. Tail down. Inhale, scooping around into plank. And then we're going to lower the floor. And we'll come in for Sphinx here. So pressing through those forearms, press the taps of the feet. Slowly release. While we're here, let's just stretch the thighs. So reach back over your left foot. And slowly release, and we'll do the other side. Reach back for that right foot. And slowly release. Hands in line with the chest, tuck those toes, and we're going to press up, finding our down dog. Good, so we're going to take a moment. Eyes are going to look towards your hands, but I just want you to walk your feet to the middle of your mat. So we're just going to come to the middle and lengthen halfway. Lengthen out through the crown of your head. Exhale, we're going to fold. And you can also widen your feet here a little bit and hold the elbows, bend those knees. And sway a little bit from side to side. So you're gonna turn around and face the camera here, face your device. So we are gonna vinyasa, but we're gonna go from either side. So, you know, stay with me. If you get confused, just keep going. All right. Well, I'll have you move in at a decent pace, but not too super fast, okay? So we're gonna start with, excuse me, our legs wide. And let's just take a little shoulder stretch for this wide leg fold. I want you to take your hands behind you, clasp them. Or if you can't get them, you can always bring hands to your waist and then draw those elbows back, okay? Or you can grab a belt or something to use. All right, big breath. Exhale, we're gonna fold. So bend those knees, sit bone shift back. Nice deep breaths here. Yeah. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, lengthen halfway. We're gonna spin our right foot, spin the left foot, and you're gonna lower that left knee. So low lunge here. And again, you can shift a little bit. Take your breath deep into your belly. Step back, find your plank. Exhale, chaturanga all the way down. Rolling those shoulders, coming up. Your belly for cobra. Slowly release. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale down. Inhale up on the toes. Eyes look forward. We're going to send that right foot up again. Lower the knee. Now this time you're going to walk maybe the hands up. Okay. Hands lift the knee. Now this time we're going to walk it over. So we're walking it to the other side. So you're going to spin to the left. So left knee goes down. Up this side. So again, you can shift back and forth. Have those little sways, little subtle movements. Good. Lift that back knee, step back. Finding your plank. Chaturanga. Sphinx, cobra, or up dog. And down dog. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, heels down. Inhale up on the toes. Eyes look forward. Left foot steps up. right knee down. And then do a little deeper stretch here. Down with that knee. Heel to the floor, but we're just going to walk to the center now. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now press down through the feet, rise up. Exhale, we're going to fold again. Inhale, halfway. And spin that right foot, walk it over. Lower that left knee again. And we're going to root down through those legs. Maybe keep your right hand on your knee. Lengthen up through that left side. Slowly release. Lift the knee. We're going to add just a little twist here. So left hand down, right arm will reach up. Good. Slowly release. We're going to step back, finding our plank, your vinyasa. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, heels down. Inhale up on the toes, eyes look forward. Stepping that right foot up again. Heel. And we're going to walk it over to the left. That left knee down. Root down through the legs. That right arm comes up now. Slowly release. Lift the knee. And we're going to twist. And take that left arm up now. Step it back. Breath. Flow. Prarabdha. Really spiral down through the hands. Make sure your shoulders are not pushing up into your ears. Drawing up through that lower belly. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, heels down. Inhale up on the toes. Look forward. Send that left foot. Bend the back heel. Walk it around. All right, so we're back at the center. And just lengthen here halfway. And we're going to add a little twist. So left hand down, right hand to the right hip. Keep your chin away from the chest. Taking that right arm up. Slowly release. And we're going to switch. We're going to take that right hand down, left hand to the left hip. Taking that arm up. And slowly release. Exhale, fold. All right, inhale, bend that right foot, walk the hands over. From here, we're going to root down through those legs for a high crescent lunge. So lifting up, big breath. Now we're going to come into a twist. You can do prayer hands against the heart center, or you can take that left hand back to the floor. So we're going to turn and think of those inner thighs spiraling towards one another. And then take that left elbow to right knee. Knee is right on top of the ankle. Big breaths. Slowly come back to center. Reach. Bring the hands back to the floor. We're going to step back. Hold your plank. You can separate the feet here a little bit if you like. We're going to roll to the right. Lift up through that right side body. For side plank. Lift, lift. Slowly come back. Breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Sphinx, cobra, or up dog. And down dog. So we're going to take a leg lift with our right leg. Then eyes look forward. Up. And that back heel. Walk around. Rooting down through those legs. Coming up. High crescent lunge here. Now again, you can stay here against the heart center, or you can drop hands to the floor. We're gonna into our prayer twist. Right elbow, left knee. Breathe here, pull into the belly. Back and reach. Release. Step back. Separate. And then roll to the left. Reach, reach, reach up to that left side. Side plank. Take your vinyasa. Big breath. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. You're gonna leg lift now with that left leg. Forward, step that foot. And we're gonna come back center. Okay, so toes are gonna open up. And we're just gonna take some lunges here. And it doesn't have to be rigid. You can kind of sway around. But then if you're able to, I want you to drop to the right. And you're sitting your sit bones back. So for here, makes it a little bit, could make it a little bit harder. But if you can send those sit bones back, almost like you're reaching out here, you can get nice and deep. Okay? You can also have fun with this too. If you wanted to bind, you could wrap the right arm around that right leg. Try to get that left hand without falling on your bottom. Good, release. And come up. And again, wave side to side. So if by chance you didn't get that low, it's not a big deal. We just go where we can, right? So then we're gonna settle in over here. You can lean a little bit, shift those hip bones back. You can add that little bind, awesome. Staying balanced. Working it back up to the top. Okay, so we're gonna spin. Actually, no. We're not gonna spin quite yet. I want you to walk your feet in and toes turn out. We're gonna come in for Malasana. So Malasana is an awesome low back stretch. Malasana is one we should practice every day. To it, I've heard it referred to as like the fountain of youth pose. Gets us grounded back to our, cropping days. There's still people around the world that are in fields like this, right? So when we get closer to the earth, we become a little bit more flexible. So Malasana is a good one to do that. But it's also your prep for crow if you're wanting to practice crow this morning. So I'm gonna spin to the side. If you need to spin, great. I just have a wall behind me, so that won't work out well. But if you wanted to do Malasana from the side with me, awesome. And again, no rush. Just kind of feel out your body here this morning. I feel like the more snuggled in you can get yourself, the better, right? All right, so spreading the hands. Hands are super important to spread here when you're working crow pose. And also make sure you're pushing out into the pads of your fingertips, okay? So once you take your balance, you're not balancing on the heel of your hand. You really want to take it out into your hand, kind of like if you were balancing in your foot. You wouldn't just balance in your heel, you're really pressing your toes as well, okay? All right, so placing the hands, lift the bottom. So if you can see from the side, my elbows are back behind my wrists. Now, all I'm gonna do is set my elbows up, and then I'm gonna take a big breath. So I kind of sink into it like a cow pose, and then cat pose, I'm gonna energize towards that center line and see if I can lift my feet. One foot, both feet. Down. Twirl for your wrists. So place the hands, and we're just gonna lift up and walk ourselves back. We're a down dog. All right, pigeon will come next. If you want to lift that right leg, you certainly can. And then as you bring it forward, we'll bring that right knee up towards the right rib. Left leg reaches back. Moving a little bit side to side here. If you want to fold forward, feel free to do that. If you would like to play with this back leg or prep for king pigeon, we're going to bend and try. I always lean forward a little bit. If I stay upright, I get like a cramp feeling in my hamstring. But if you kind of keep your leg loose back there as you draw it in, you might find that you can catch it easier. So kind of go in, relax, and just play with that back leg more relaxed than energized initially. You can sneak your toes in the crease of the elbow, great, or just hold it with your hand. Now, one of the other things that you can work here is eventually we're trying to work this hand off the floor to reach back here, right? So, but you can baby step it. So for instance, I have my windowsill in front of me where I can stay upright, where I'm not having my hands on the floor, but I'm here, right? Eventually maybe you walk them up on the window or wall. But it's just a little modification that you can take to ease your way into this. Okay? But slowly release. Slowly let that leg go. All right. We're going to press up and give the legs a little shake. We're going to do the other side. So taking that left leg up. Back. You're just allowing yourself to settle. So then again, if you want to play with that back leg, we're going to tuck the toes and just lift the knee, just kind of reposition that leg. And then try to keep that hamstring not relaxed because it does engage when you try to bend your leg. But focus on not letting it get too tight. One side will feel different than the other. Slowly. Back the back foot, we'll press up. And then go ahead and come. And we'll shift back to child's pose. And then we'll slowly come back up. All right, so let's go ahead and head on to our back. And just take a moment with just the knees in. You can open the knees away from each other, just nice and relaxed here. Getting a little bit more grounded. All right, so I'm going to invite you to a couple things. One, be careful. Number two, don't turn your head. Number three, you work to where it feels good to you. So we're going to go from, we're going to maybe work plow. If you feel like doing a shoulder stand, great. If you like just hanging out in plow, cool. My plow looks a little different because I don't take it all onto my shoulders, and you won't see me do a shoulder stand. So if you want to kind of watch where it ends up and then hang with me, that's cool too. But I'm trusting all three of you that you're going to listen to your body. But if you're going to go into a shoulder stand, please do not turn your head, okay? But if you wanted to start in a little inversion here, you can take the legs up. Nice deep breaths. Now take a big breath in. As you exhale, right into the belly, you're going to press and lift. And maybe sneak those shoulders underneath you. Trying to keep the chin away from your collarbones. So that's your plow, or the hips can lift even higher. Mine don't go that high due to my neck, so I'm going to hang right here. And then again, if you're going to work a shoulder stand, which I'm not going to do, but I can show you at least, you can lift one leg and then try your best to keep reaching up through that leg as this other one comes off. Okay? But then when you're ready, we're going to move slowly back to plow, and then one vertebrae at a time. Try to really slow pull up through the belly. Good. And then go here. Middle of the leg to windshield wiper a little bit from side to side. Next time you're over to the left, we're going to hold there, taking that left foot on top of that right leg, and then maybe turn and look out past that right hand, drawing a little bit of awareness up through the lower belly. And slowly release, and then we're going to go slide this side. So just make one time to either side, and then go to the right. Your right foot on top, draw some strength into the lower belly, and then turn and look out past that left hand. Slowly release your foot. One more time to either side. And then when you're ready, so open those legs. Before you completely relax, maybe gently turn the head side to side for supported neck stretch in the floor. Bring it back. So nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow yourself to sink into your mat, melting each and every breath. Just allowing your practice to settle into your body on a cellular level. Connection to breath, the lessons we learn of taking your time, staying in the moment, releasing what no longer serves you. And now taking in a couple more nice deep breaths. Allowing yourself to stretch, a yawn. And then slowly rolling to your side. Breath. And then we'll slowly come back up. Cheers, Stephen. Feel free to add your little just let your back smile. Notice what the hour on your mat has just done. Okay? Always feel it moving backward. Come back to center, rolling those shoulders, lifting up to the heart center. And then go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center, closing the eyes as you bow your head. Taking a moment of gratitude for our time together this morning, allowing ourselves to just pause, breathe, and reconnect to that divine light of love and kindness that shines brightly within us. May we continue to shine that light amongst every living being that crosses our path. Wishing you a great day and an awesome weekend.